Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Are we alive? Are we good? Are we in good health? And by health, I don't mean your physical health. I, of course, only mean your internet health, so that I can steal your eyes and force them to observe what I have for you today. And that being, what I do have planned for today is a somewhat spontaneous late-night PixelCanvas takeover. In the thumbnail, you can see what I've accomplished so far. That being just a little pixelated Odette and a little mouse companion. And so, now what I have planned for you today is, or rather tonight, it's rather late where I am. In fact, I dare say that it is 3:20 a.m. But anyhow, I am trying to make a bigger portrait. I've been inspired by some of the more impressive things that I've seen others doing on PixelCanvas, and I'd like to recreate such efforts. So, at first I was just doing it free-handed, and so now I think that perhaps it might be a good idea to have kind of like a reference image going, so you can see basically what I'm trying to achieve here today. And so I'll just trace out something really fast in MS Paint. Miss Paint. Let's see. This brush is really, really slender. I need a thicker brush. Oh, the brush is inherently slender. You can't see what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. Let me make the canvas a little smaller. Then I'll just zoom in. And then the canvas, the drawing of the canvas should be a little bit thicker, you know. Not thicker as in, like, a voluptuous lady thick. I mean thick as in just, like, line weight thickness. Not a voluptuous lady thickness. So, now that you understand what I'm trying to convey to you, please. Wait a second. That's still too tiny, isn't it? Okay, hold on a tick. I'm going to adjust this canvas even more so. Okay. Hopefully this is still too thin of a line, isn't it? Make this tinier. Yeah, let's get it to about here for our beautiful reference, because I just want you to understand what I'm trying to convey. Now, of course, if you want to draw whatever you want on PixelCanvas, be my guest. However, you will not be participating in the limited time Odette takeover. But that's fine, I guess. Okay, I got a head. Now, I'd like her to have an ear, and an ear, and an ear over here. And then, as you can see, I'm kind of going for a side profile thing. Some of the things that some people create on PixelCanvas is quite impressive. Like, I will warn you first, if you're going to scroll through PixelCanvas, be cautious. I have landed and chosen a very wholesome area for my painting, but you will soon find that you might see things that might shock you, that might appall you. And so just be warned if you decide to go adventuring on your own, that I will not hold your hand outside of the area that I have defined for my own space. Okay, where's brush? What brush was I using? I was using a pencil, not a brush. Okay, and so now I'm just showing you what I'm going for. Not in red. No red nose. Just like a cute little face doing something like this. So that you understand what I'm trying to convey. Probably some eyelashes too, because ever since I was used for some makeup testing, I learned the joy of having visible eyelashes. You might remember, if you're an early viewer, that I, in the olden days, did not really have very prominent eyelashes because my hair is white, of course. And so, after participating in some makeup trials, I learned about mascaras. And so, I will say that there is some benefit to being a laboratory mouse. And so, I think it would be cute to convey some blushy cute cheeks. Oh, hi! Cockadoos! How are you tonight? Happy to see you. I guess since I am streaming so relatively late for my time, this might be an opportunity to see some Russian viewers today. This is very exciting. Let's see, and so the ears should probably have some pink in there, like somewhere like this. And so, yeah, I think that my MS Paint version doesn't look very happy. I was hoping to have a more happy smile, as you might have been able to see that I've conveyed on my canvas. So just lift that up, and it'll be a smile. And then there'll be a neck, of course, and yeah, I'll get to the rest when we get there. But you see the basic idea, right? I'm hoping that tonight there's not very many people on PixelCanvas, because sometimes you might get a cooldown that takes like a really long time. Like a cooldown, and it may very well take about, hold on. I didn't make my, oh no. Okay, it's still fine. Sorry, I got bamboozled for a second. I bamboozled myself, in fact. I thought that I messed up my canvas, but I did not. I can still see my cute canvas over here. Anyway, let's see, scoot this over. Is my display working well? Yeah, my display is looking great. Good moves, Odette, good moves. Okay, and so back to work on the mouse. As I was explaining, sometimes you'll get a really long cooldown, but usually, especially at this hour, it's only about 9 seconds. Though, certainly, waiting 9 seconds between each pixel might be rather frustrating. And so, I'm doing a cute little smile and some nice rodent buck teeth. Here, I'll show you my design that I did before off to the side. I had to go in a few days ago and censor some of the more inappropriate stuff around. Some rude messages, you know. And so, now this is a very safe area. If you want to draw whatever you want and you do not want to contribute to the Odette project, just know that there's a lot of white around here. Do not feel obligated if you would like to participate to help out with my beautiful visage. And so, now we're started on my lovely rodent teeth. You know, it is only a stereotype that rodents gnaw on all sorts of things. I certainly have a preference for gnawing on soft fibrous things, you know, perhaps like celery or pencils. But, you might think, hey, if rodents like to gnaw, then I bet you can't have a nice computer. And that's where you're wrong, my friends. I have rather exciting news in that soon I will have a rather nice computer. And I hope that it'll be able to handle my Noida streams, because I'd quite like to be able to mix up potions and whatnot. And it was a rather fun game. And I admit that, I don't know, I just gave up for a few days because I was like, oh, it's so frustrating. I went full crybaby mode, so to speak. But, my smile and optimism are restored. I can conquer anything. I can conquer a pixel canvas. If I even wanted to, I bet I could be a pirate. And by pirate, I don't mean just stealing softwares. I mean that I could be on a boat out at sea, tipping over other boats. Do you remember the story of that boat that got lodged into the ocean and blocked up a canal or something? Well, if I was a pirate, I bet I could have stolen the boat with my own pirate boat, and then the boat would have been within my own boat, and then I would have been able to make it float away in my pirate ship, of course. It's coming together nicely, isn't it? It's like preparing a feast. You might spend a very long time doing it to only get like 30 minutes of joy, but after doing it, you will feel so proud of your perseverance, of your efforts, and you will have something lovely to think back on and enjoy. I personally think that this PixelCanvas will be great advertisement. Everyone will see, and they will be like, oh, it's Odette Bobbsey. I know who Odette Bobbsey is. The greatest rodent who ever lived. The greatest rodent who will never die. Ha ha ha. Yeah, now I'm starting to get like a little smile going on. You know, I was thinking one thing though. From a design perspective, I wonder if I should perhaps scoot over the sea a little bit, because I feel like it might be a little bit hard to see. Oh, is that a pun? I don't like puns that much, I'm sorry. Yeah, this profile perspective is starting to look rather nice. I kind of wonder though, if for the bucktooth, I want to have a line of definition in the middle, but I wonder if it should be a little bit off-center, or if that will, like, make sense. You know what I mean? Like, if it's off-center a little bit, it'll look a little bit more so as though it is in profile. Or if that would look too weird and that I should just have it normally centered, Though it takes a really long time for some reason to use a white pixel, I've noticed, and so I might hold off on doing that because if it's a wrong move and I have to go and erase it again, the white pixel will require a huge cooldown. Single pixel forms into multiple pixels, forming me. Hello, Odette. Please be our mouse immortal. I will never die. Mice are immortal. Mice are eternal. Mice are the most nice. What do you think, Mr. Anime Tribute Channel? Do you think that the little line separating my two big rodent teeth should be in the center, or do you think it should be a little bit off-center to look as though I am tilting my head to the side just a little bit? I'm gonna leave it for now because it's kind of hard to figure out. But eventually there will come a time when I need to decide. But I think that overall, for not having the design until a few minutes ago established in MS Paint, it's going pretty well. It's kind of hard to figure out the placement of the jaw a little bit. I don't want to have a broken up, punched up, broken jaw that's like off to the side and looking weird. So I might hold off on the jaw a little bit too and start on the eye, because I feel like the eye will give me kind of an idea. An idea. Ha 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 ha. You want to know why I have so many bright ideas? Because I've eaten thousands of light bulbs. I am bioluminescent and magnificent. Oh no! Look at that number down in the corner. Do you know what that means? That means that more people are loaded into PixelCanvas, so I think there runs a risk of longer cooldowns. And you want to know something else? Streaming is actually rather dangerous work, because I was plugging in the HDMI cable for my headphones, and I actually cut my finger just a tiny bit on the HDMI metal box part. I don't know precisely what that thing is supposed to be called, but I did cut my finger just a little bit because, well, it was my own fault. I was sticking my finger in it and feeling how it felt, and then it sliced me. It sliced and diced. I think it gives it the right impression without adding it. The benefit of the pixel art is that your brain compensates for the missing details. You might be right on that, Erica. You might be right on that. Because I feel like perhaps if I fill it in, I know it might look funkier. So, I will either leave it blank or wait until the very end. Nice to see you tonight. This gives me an idea. Ho ho ho. Wait, why did your eyes fall out, ATC? Are you actually a skeleton and you don't even have real eyes? You have pool balls for eyes. I don't mean pool as in a swimming pool. I mean pool as in the game that you play on top of a table, also known, I think, as billiards. I've never been good at pool or billiards, even though I've had an opportunity to play it before. I just don't have very good aim, and also what's it called? The pool jammer. It is kind of hard to operate, isn't it? You kind of have to have very good maneuvering, in my opinion. I'm not sure if this eye is in the right perspective. I was kind of copying the other side, but I think that from this perspective, it needs to be a little bit rounder looking. And so that perhaps I should put some pixels over here and then white out that area so that it's like more round, because whenever you're looking off to the side, there's like a tiny bit of, there's like the skin under your eye that kind of makes it look like a slant if you're looking in to the side. Not necessarily eye bags, so to speak, but just, it's hard to describe. I don't necessarily know the anatomy of the face. It's okay. It did not hurt that much. It only hurt a little bit, but I was surprised. But now you know, my friends, don't jam your finger into an HDMI port. I don't like leaving it too thick. I'm gonna have to use my white pixel, and then it's gonna give me a jumbo countdown. You see what I mean? Whenever you use the white pixel, it makes you wait a really, really long time. I think, if I had to guess, that might be a measure they take to prevent, erasing other people's art, you know? Because I feel like maybe they use that so that you can't go in and blank someone out so quickly. But I could be wrong. Sometimes whenever you change color, it also gives you a really long countdown. Sometimes the countdowns are also really, really, really long. Like you might get a 9-minute countdown, and no one has time for a 9-minute countdown. You didn't know that HDMI thing could be so dangerous. Indeed, ATC, indeed. So please, whatever you do, don't stick your tongue in the HDMI cable. Don't stick your finger in the HDMI cable. Skeleton detected in the chat. I won't anymore. Not that I was before. I just won't. Oh, good. Never do that again, okay? You know, this is starting to come together rather nicely. It looks like a nice mouse. Whoa! Oh wait, I shouldn't zoom out too much. There might be something weird on the canvas. Gotta zoom back in. That's the trouble with PixelCanvas. You never know what you're gonna get. Just like that movie with that man. What's his name? Tom Hanks. PixelCanvas is like a box of trading cards. You don't know what you'll stumble upon in the abyss, and then you might get quite a shock. Hey, this round eye is looking quite nice. I think this Odette might not just be pixel art. I dare say it's a bit hyper-realistic. Do you feel it staring into your soul? Bony feet shuffle along with the floor in a vain attempt to escape. Ha ha ha. You try to rattle away, but what if you ran into a doghouse and then you got bamboozled by feral hounds and they gnawed on your bones, and then they also had hands, so they took your forearms, and then they took your forearms and they started banging on your head, on your skeleton head, and they knocked out the pool balls. That doesn't even make any sense. I'm sorry. What? Weird. What's to see? Zooms out to see Tom Hanks. Oh no, there's a Tom Hanks. Oh wait, no, Odette. Don't zoom out. You might get bamboozled by some bizarre imagery. But yeah, look at how nice our... Wait a second. Zooming out a little bit. Does this eye look funky? Aw, geez. I put so many seconds into this. Oh no, I think it's too high maybe. I think I need to maybe fill it out a little bit on the bottom and move the whites down a little bit, because it kinda... trying to achieve a perspective in, like a perspective aside from being front-facing in PixelCanvas is so hard, because if you mess up just a little bit, it takes a long time to correct your errors. You know, it's comfy here without any dogs, so you're gonna stay okie dokie. But what would you do if you went into the doghouse and you got bamboozled? I don't know what you'd do. You're a skeleton man with skeleton hands. You need to go back to your skeleton land. The Da Vinci Code hidden on PixelCanvas. The Vatican will come... No! I can't go to Italy. I don't even like spaghetti that much. I like pesto, but I don't like spaghetti that much. I'll never go to Italy. Never ever. No Da Vinci Codes. No Mr. Guy that cut off his ear. No way, Jose. No way. Oh... You know what though? There's a lot of QR codes on PixelCanvas, but I've never scanned any, mainly because I don't know how to. Do you have to download an app on a telephone to scan QR codes? This is information that you don't know if you're a mouse. Because mouse don't send very many text messages, so they don't really use a phone that much. They might have one in case you have to call the fire department, but in general, a mouse. It's a little bit too far to the right. Oh no, that looks terrible. Aye. You're right. So I think if I extend the gray, maybe that'll make it kind of looks good at closer together. I'm glad that I have these helpful hints so that it doesn't look funky. 'Cause I'm pretty proud of the simple Odette and the simple mouse companion, but it would be a shame to spend time on the fancy Odette and then for it all come to naught. You know, that what? Sorry. I'm zooming in with my eyes to look very closely at your sentence, anime tribute fan. I have to reread it a few times because sometimes I have trouble reading sentences and reading them in the incorrect order and mixing up words. Let me sound it out. You found the pixel art and took a screenshot, by the way. It was kind of cool to see it for yourself. Very nice, very nice. You know, that's offensive to assume a skeleton boy comes from a skeleton land. I come from a... Oh, no! You used to be a human? That's so gross. You used to have skins and hairs. You used to be made of flesh, not just bones. Disgusting! Exactly, you're not mint in original packaging. You are a turned skeleton. Bananas, absolutely bananas. You prefer being used and kept on display? Don't take that out of context. What? Oh, I see, Anime Tribute fan. It's kind of like the plot of Toy Story 2, isn't it? Where Woody is like trying to decide if he wants to be a toy in a museum. And he's like, oh, I don't know, because I want to be immortal as a toy in the museum. And then there's Mr. The miner guy. Not a miner as in a whippersnapper, but a miner as in a prospector with a pickaxe. Kind of like, Minecraft Steve has a pickaxe. Anyhow, then there's the cowboy lady. Cowgirl. Yes, cowgirl. And there's the guy that's a chicken. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I do like the scene in that film where Woody gets a makeover. I like makeover sequences in general. I find them rather fascinating, but the toy makeover, it had its own appeal, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Are you crying? Are you crying, ATC? Be not afraid. Do not cry. Today is the day to rejoice. I'm going to zoom out and see if the eye is still in the right position. Now I think it might be going a little bit too high, but it looks like the gray might be closer. I wish there was a way to take the pixels that you've already created and just scoot them over. I know I could make my own pixel art outside of Mr. PixelCanvas, but then it won't work as an advertisement. Then it won't work as a takeover. Let's see, while I'm figuring out these plannings, I guess I can use some white pixels to blank out the area that I need to blank out a little bit. Oh, geez, that needs to, I think, go more like over here. This is very busy work, isn't it? It's kind of like being a professional surgeon. Oh, do you want to know a very nice story while we wait? On my PixelCanvas over here, whenever I was working on this one, for some reason, this pixel on her left cheek, I couldn't place down a pink pixel. And it was just a blank white spot, kind of like how I'm holding it over now. And someone else came over and they fixed it for me. And I thought that was a rather nice thing to do. There we go. Yeah. So perhaps this isn't not just like the Wild West. Perhaps this is a land of kindness. If you hear some rustling, that is me getting a Capri Sun. This time around, it is Roaring Waters Fruit Punch Wave, not Roaring Waters Tropical Tide. Sorry, I forgot to scoot away from the microphone. I made an annoying, squeaking juice box sound right into your ears. And now you are angry. Now you are furious. I ain't no artist, so I ain't got no opinions about this. If you saw how I drew myself back in middle school, you'd probably wonder why I see myself as a big-faced nightmare person. What? You have a big face? No, that's okay. Some people will say, hey, having a big face is terrible, but do not worry, Anime Tribute fan. You do not have to worry about such beauty standards. If you have a big face, do not worry. There are still people out there that will appreciate your big face. Worry not. Big face or little face, nightmare creature or mouse-mare creature, it is okay. A mouse-mare, that is kind of perhaps like a mouse that is a horse, because a mare is a horse. Like a Umamatsume. Pretty derby, right? Huh. Oh, whoa. Hello, Akashi, the immortal vampire. Akashi the immortal vampire is a cool vampire fella streamer. You might want to go see him. He's a fancy fella. Nice to see you today. Kawaii Odette. Yes, look at this nice pixel canvas. Right now the eye is way too, to the right, but it is okay. Slowly but surely, we are figuring out the right placement. Oh no, there's like 700 people online now. Now the loading times are going to be so long. Ah, beans. That's okay. Do not worry. We have each other to keep company in this trying time. It is kind of like how if you're out in the tundra, as long as everyone gathers around a fire, you will probably not get tuberculosis or frostbite, presuming that everyone has winter boots. I guess if everyone had improper winter clothing in the tundra, even with a fire, you might still perish, unfortunately. But don't worry so much about it, because at least you'd perish more happily as you sang campfire songs, right? Right. Sip. Annoying juice box sound. Horse mouse. What? No, I have a small face, but your self-portrait. Oh boy. Okay, you have a small face. Good to know, good to know. You have a beautiful small face. You are flexing on the big faces now. I getcha, ATC. I getcha. Or perhaps the big face of your portrait was aspirational. You were tired of being called Tiny Face ATC, and so you said, you know what? I can be anything I want to be, and so today I will be the fellow with the biggest face in the land. And thus it was spoken, and thus it had become. I don't think that line is right. I was trying to reference that one movie that has, the guy from Planet of the Apes, and he plays the guy that parts the Red Sea. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Oh, the 10 Commandments. Yeah. With the man from Planet of the Apes. But I have to admit, I much prefer the movie Planet of the Apes, because the 10 Commandments, while I appreciate that it's a nice old movie, and it's still pretty good, and I like seeing the practical effects that they used at the time, I have to admit that it's a little bit boring compared to Planet of the Apes. But I have to admit also that I might just be an ape fan, and I like whenever he says, "Get your paws off me, you damn dirty apes!" But anyway, if you haven't seen Planet of the Apes, I would recommend it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take another juice sip. But this time you are warned. I'm going to scoot the microphone away so you will not hear my juice slurping. I think you mean a cute mouse squeak sound. Ha ha ha. Yes, it was mouse-mar, as in mouse as Mars. You know, now to think about it, I think I might have a preference for somewhat old movies. I don't necessarily know why. It's not as though I grew up in like the 50s or something. As you know, I've lived about a year as a mouse and I've just become a humanoid. But regardless, there's something about older movies with practical effects that certainly have appeal. And I don't know why that is. Maybe I just have boomer mouse taste in my heart of hearts, but similarly, I am a big fan of Conan the Barbarian. You might know this deep lore. I don't know if you do, but it is certainly my favorite movie. And whenever I was a whippersnapper, whenever I was in my first months of life as a mouse, I always looked up to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has a really good attitude, in my opinion, and comes off as a nice fella. Will I ever be a bodybuilder mouse? Perhaps not. That's not what I mean by look up to. It's more about attitude, not about wanting to become the buffest mouse of the world. But maybe that's in the cards. Maybe if I take some experimental steroids, I can become a buff mouse. But that defeats the purpose of the hard work. Oh no! I've put myself into a conundrum. Make your face the greatest of all Korodai? Huh? What? Wait. I was called Hairy High Pants in school. What? Hairy High Pants? Well, that's okay, ATC. High-waisted pants are really trendy, aren't they? They make your, legs look longer. And so, if you had very long legs, you could say that you are the boy who leapt over the moon. Like, wait, there wasn't a boy who leapt over the moon. That was a cow. You could be the cow that jumped over the moon. Do you like cows? Did you know that the hiragana character for moo looks like a cow? Hold on. Let's see. Can you see my browsers? This is probably risky business, but it doesn't matter. Hiragana moo. I just need to show you. Look. Okay, no risky business got revealed. But look, don't you agree that it looks like a little cow saying moo? And it's also the character from Moo. Because you see, there's his tired eye, and then there's his cow ear, and then his big old fat cow face, and then that's like a big old booger coming out of his nose because he's sleepy. You know how sometimes in animes, like, there'll be the big old booger, and it's like a balloon booger, and that's what I mean by the cow. He says moo. I think you get what I'm I think you get what I'm putting out. I think you know what I'm saying. Anyway. Oh no, I waste my pixel time. Okay. I can't help having a small torso and long legs to make up for my height. And your name isn't actually Harry. Okay, that's good. Your name is Moo, the person who jumped over the moon. I wonder what's for dinner. You know, I don't even remember what I had for dinner. Aw, man. Fortunately though, I'm not particularly hungry at the moment, so trying to recount what I had for dinner did not prove to be a painful endeavor. You thought about that when doing Duolingo? Okay, that's bananas. Did you also think that, the hiragana for nah, doesn't it look like a tired man saying nah? Like, he's not interested in anything, so he's like going, nah. I don't mean like, nah, not like Luna. I mean like, nah, as it's someone saying, nah, I don't want that. Nah, no way. I guess it's a visual language, huh? Maybe. Hold on. Does I look even to you? Yeah, I think it does. I think it looks good. Maybe. No, it looks kind of funky. It does look kind of funky, but I can't place my finger as to why it looks funky. You see the cow now? You see the cow? Okay, good. I'm glad that you are understanding what I'm putting out. It totally does look like a cow. Specifically, it reminds me of like the very, very chubby cows in Story of Seasons or Harvest Moon. Admittedly, I had wanted to practice hiragana and whatnot, but now I'm starting to forget all that I've learned. I've been a lazy mouse. I've just been wasting time, building railroads, eating cheese, you know. I was a lazy mouse, so I didn't practice my hiragana. But, what? Just someone being like, nah, in an aloof way. Yes, you understand. I feel so understood now. I wonder if it would be possible to make like a hiragana reference card deck in which you like had a little trick to go along with every single character. Okay, hold on one tick. I need a juice sip. Oh no! Oh gosh, I have really bad news. I got too carried away with my juice sipping, and I drank like almost all of the juice. Now there's only like a third of the packet left. And then after I drink the juice, all I have is this water. But on the bright side, it's in a smart water bottle, so if I look at it and I gaze into it, I can see the little fish. He says, fits into your cup holders like the palm of your fin. Fishes don't have palms. Fishes don't use palm oil. Palm oil? What? I cannot pretend that water is Capri Sun. No way, that's bonkers. That's absolutely bananas, and I'm certainly not a monkey. Oh, we have enough to drink now. I don't know, I just chugged it. I chugged it and I wasn't thinking. I was like a chaos spirit. I was like a demon in the night rummaging around. I was like a kappa. I'm gonna steal your soul, and I'm gonna be bald while I do it. If I was a turtle, I guess then I would not necessarily be very cautious. Because if I was a turtle, then I would have a shell on my back, and so I'd be able to go everywhere, and hypothetically, if I was put onto my side, I could roll down a hill with relative safety, couldn't I? Have you ever thought about such matters? Ugh, that's disgusting, ATC. Can you envision a fish with hands? He's just a regular fish, but instead of fins, he has fingers. Bald or bold? Bald? Bald. Like that movie Baldo about the dogs, which I would like to say, I hate that well, I do not like that movie. My grandma said to never say that you hate something. You should just say that you don't like it or you don't care for it. Now, I have not obeyed this rule very much. I have said I hate many times, but today is the day that I will start to observe this. And by grandma, I don't mean my mouse grandma. I mean an elder lady who is a professor in the laboratory in which I live. A grandmotherly figure, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it's coming together. Okay, now the eye is not so creepy far. Now I'm not a hammerhead shark. Now I'm just a regular mouse. In the house. I remember that movie. Wait, what movie do you remember? Wait, what movie were we talking about? Was there a movie about Kappas? Were we talking about Conan the Barbarian? Were we talking about the 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston? Get your paws off me, you damn dirty apes. Heh. Charlton Heston kissed the monkey at the end. What a weird fella. Would you kiss a monkey? I don't think I would. Whoa, this is looking pretty groovy. We're getting there, gang. We're getting there. It's a sad movie from what I remember, though. What are you talking about? What movie? ATC, you're totally bamboozling me. It might have even been something I said, but I have a hard time keeping track of what I say. Perhaps I'm just a bit of a simpleton. I don't know. But even if I'm a simpleton, I can do simple work. Oh, Balto! And then I was just like, I hate Balto. I was just stomping all over your preferences like a hammer. I was like those big marching hammers in the last sequence of The Wall where they're marching and they're like hammering him, you know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for insulting your favorite movie. It's probably not so bad. Maybe I just have a bad attitude. Maybe I'm just a rude mouse. Maybe I'm just evil. I would say that perhaps red eyes is inherently an evil color scheme, isn't it? It makes you look rather menacing, even if you don't intend to be a menace to society. Isn't that the name of a movie? Don't Be a Menace to Society. I've never seen it in either case, but I sure do know its title. Let's see. Oh, that's coming along nicely. I think the eye might... It looks kind of weird, but maybe once I add in the eyebrows, it won't look so weird. I see. Alright, then I have free reign to say, Balto is absolute trash. I hate Balto. I hate that dog. I hate whenever they look at the rainbows through the broken Coca-Cola bottles. I hate the weird dog that had like a weird manly face. And I hate how Balto was voiced by Kevin Bacon. And I hated his love interest who was a husky dog and she was red colored. And I hated that Canadian goose guy who was like a goose. And I hated those weird beavers. I don't know what they were. Yeah, I'm raining down terror. I've become a full-on evil mouse of chaos. It's not a hammerhead anymore. Now the eye placement is about right. Oh, that's good. I'm not necessarily looking for perfection, but I am looking for, legibility, I suppose. People being able to comprehend the design and not thinking that, oh wow, this is taking me to Funky Town and I don't like it. This is a rough road to Funky Town. There's a lot of pebbles and I'm not quite liking, the bumps. I'm getting car sick, baby. I used to get car sick a lot, in fact. There was one time whenever I was on the road and I threw up. And that was actually a lot of times. That wasn't one time. I have a sensitive stomach as far as cars go. I don't like riding in them. Would you have preferred another animal to fall in love with him? No! Balto is absolutely disgusting and he deserves no love. I wish that Balto was just... I wish that they still disliked him for being like a wolf or whatever. I wish him no happiness because of his peculiar voice and peculiar design. And I didn't like that movie one bit. And let me tell you something. I think I prefer Lady and the Tramp as far as dog movies go. I think I prefer the designs of those dogs. They're a lot cuter. I might even dare say that I'm okay with Oliver and Company, and I'm okay with the Plague Dogs, though I wouldn't recommend the Plague Dogs if you're in the mood for happy dog movies, because that's a rather sad dog movie. But I just want you to know that I am not opposed to dogs on a whole. I'm just opposed to Balto. You get car sick too? Okay, this is good. It is a common problem. Maybe it is just happening to people with white hair and red eyes. They can't handle being in cars. Maybe it is just the sensitivity to the sun, and so then it focuses in on you, and like a flower, it makes the nausea grow inside of your stomach until your stomach is turned the tables and explodes. Have you ever seen a bear? One time in a car ride, I saw a bear, but it was only a little bear. But this was whenever I was at a different laboratory, not a Texas laboratory, but whenever they were conducting some research in a laboratory in Wyoming. And I have to say, there was a lot more wildlife in Wyoming. I have seen bears, I've seen wolves, I've seen many rabbits, but I think there might be rabbits anywhere. You know, a few weeks ago, I saw these extremely fat rabbits. They were like the size of cats, and not just like your average cat. They were the size of like fat Garfield cats, like jumbo cats, and they were some big rabbits. And they weren't those, that special breed of rabbit that I think is called like a Flemish rabbit or something. No, it was a wild rabbit. And I do not understand how a wild rabbit can get so chunky, you know. Surely, it is hard to come by snacks in the wilderness, but those were some jumbo rabbits. Come to think of it, I've also seen some rather jumbo groundhogs. They get rather large, and I wonder if they would ever become less efficient at tunneling. Though those jumbo groundhogs, or maybe they were prairie dogs, they were near a fast food restaurant, so I wonder if they were eating French fries out of the dumpster. Canada geese are the worst, to be fair. I think I might have heard of Canadian geese being particularly aggressive and scary. I've had some bad experiences with birds. I have been chased by a rooster before, and it was quite frightening. And I have had my pants bitten by a duck before. And so I wouldn't call myself anti-bird necessarily, but I believe in the aggression of birds, and so you should be very cautious, especially if you saw an ostrich or an emu. Do you think they could, like, eat your eyes? Well, I guess their bills are rather round, kind of like a cup, and so since they aren't pointy, maybe they're less intimidating. But then maybe their scoopy design shape, it would make them more likely to be able to, like, scoop them out like a melon baller, you know. Oh, that's disgusting. What's another film you dislike that people seem to like? Let me think. Let me think on this one, and I'll get back to you. I'll have to think about it for a little bit. Because I'm not necessarily a movie hater. I will watch anything. Like, you don't know how many times I've seen, like, High School Musical, and I don't even particularly like that movie. I've just seen it a lot of times. Because, I don't know, I just have. Because if I see the start of a movie, I feel rather inclined to just sit down and watch the whole of it, and as a result, I've seen quite a few movies, even ones that might not even be considered all that good, or might not even be entertaining to my own personal taste. And so it is hard to state. What is a movie I dislike that everyone loves? I know there has to be a few, but at the same time, it's hard to think of. It would be much easier, perhaps, to do the opposite. You've never encountered car sickness. Have you ever encountered goose sickness? Have you ever been bitten by a goose? Have you ever been bitten by a goose named Augustus? Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna sip a juice. You know what? I rather like snow cones. I thought my favorite flavor was blue coconut, but then I realized the pure sugar isn't that all that appealing. Now that I have tried the pina colada flavor of snow cones, and I do not necessarily mean as in an alcoholic snow cone, that's not what I mean at all, but rather the addition of the pineapple to the coconut flavoring of the snow cone makes it, I don't know, I think it brings out its sweetness and makes it more flavorful. On the topic of flavors, I bought some MSG, and I'm quite happy because I've been trying to get my hands on just some plain old MSG for a while. And so then I just tasted it. Just tasted the plain MSG, and you know, it was pretty good. What does it taste like? I don't know. It just tastes like MSG. It's not really that salty for being a sodium, but it is rather savory. Do you get airplane madness? If you ever rode in an airplane, would you go bananas? Does it drive you bananas thinking, oh no, I'm so high above the air? I don't have a problem with airplanes. I become always a little bit afraid, like, oh no, if it crashes, it'll be my absolute peril. The likelihood is low, but I do dislike the concept of peril and being in it, so I don't like it all that much. But, I do like how whenever you get up to a certain point, the ground looks like it's patchwork, you know what I mean? Because I just never perceive it that way whenever I'm at a foot view. But then whenever you get up high into the air, it looks like it's like a nice quilt of greenery. Or I guess if you live in an area with a desert, perhaps brownery, not very much green. And so, yeah, I'm okay with airplanes. Though, actually, I do not prefer the window seat, because I become afraid that if you sit by the window seat, then you'll get rapidly aged by high-intensity UV radiation. And so I tend to avoid the window seat, and even happier I would be if someone were to close it, because I don't want to get a sunburn or sunspots from the window seat, and also it's really, really bright. Oh yeah, that eye looks really good. It kind of looks like a sideways egg. But that's okay. I guess eyes are innately egg-like, aren't they? They're squishy, they have a little ball in the center. Yeah, that's pretty much how I am with planes too. You like to avoid the sunshine? Yeah. I do not want to be under a magnifying glass and get the most painful sunburn of my life. Wanting to do some umami cooking, perhaps? Yes. I'm starting to just add umami to anything now, because it just seems like it's starting to make everything a little bit more tasty. I've only gotten it a few days ago, but I've added it to a few things that I've cooked, and I am impressed with the results. I would say that I'm a happy customer, though I wonder, if it improves the taste of savory foods, would it also improve the taste of sweet foods? Because I think that like lots of packaged desserts have MSG in them, don't they? Like prepackaged snack type food. And so I wonder, since you add salt to most everything that you cook, perhaps it is inherently a good idea to add MSG to anything you cook, even as sweet. But I do not know the answers to these questions. I'm not a pâtissier. I'm a mouse, man. I'm just a mouse. And I don't live in a house, I live in a laboratory, and I've never seen a grouse or a goose. I've only seen Footloose. Interesting question. Perhaps what? Perhaps what, Mr. ATC? Perhaps are you having a phobia? A phobia of finding a worm in your apple one day? Have you ever been frightened by the prospect of biting into an apple to find a wiggly, biggly worm? Let me tell you something. I've never actually bitten into an apple in many months, because I always pre-slice my apples, because I find it a little bit hard, even with my big ol' nasty rodent teeth, to just like open your mouth big enough to take a bite out of it, you know? And so I always slice my apples. Am I an apple fan? I would say yes. My favorite apple, I would say, is probably, they're hard to find, but they're called Kiku apples. Kiku. They're a special breed of Fuji apples that are allegedly more sweet and more crisp. And I would say, anecdotally, they have succeeded in that. Error code. Savory and sweet working with, what's it called? Master Chef, that is what it's called. I am a chef. I am a mouse chef. You know, I don't cook very much, I don't bake very much, but I do enjoy cooking very much. Oh no, I've said very much, so very much. Very Murray. Ha. Everyone, let's connect our arms and wear friendship bracelets. Let's match our outfits, okay? Everyone, please, as soon as you can, put on a nice red cape, put on a white shirt, and some black skirt and overalls, but make sure that you have 2 red pockets and a mousy stitchy pattern, and give yourself some DNA hairpins, okay? It's okay if you're not dressed to impress for this stream, but I want to make sure you have the right look down for the next stream, so that we can all be matching. Do you understand? Umami! Umami is U-M-A-M-I, I believe. I saw a video of a man eating a piece of chalk. I didn't watch the whole video because I become distracted, but maybe later on I will finish the video. He was talking about the prospect of there being flavors outside of salty, sweet, umami, and the other ones. I don't remember. But anyway, I will want to see this man eating chalk. But I have to say, normally I don't necessarily watch his videos very much because I have not had, not to like rag on his recipes, but the ones I've tried so far haven't really been my cup of tea, and so I don't necessarily watch him as much as other cooking YouTubers, but I would like to see why he was licking the chalk. And he made a video about the Mr. Cereal, John Kellogg. He made Kellogg's cereal, and he was like a Seventh-day Adventist, and so he believed that that you should not necessarily have too much like pleasure in life, and by that being every type of thing you can enjoy. So you should not be a lazy neat that plays games and eats junk food. He would say believe the opposite of that. And so he was trying to make a really, really nasty but convenient breakfast. And so he invented the original cereal, and apparently it was hard and crunchy. And so I was thinking, I wish that if I was a necromancer, that I could raise Mr. Kellogg from the dead. And then I would try to show him the stuff that I like. And I would be like, hey, Mr. Kellogg, eating junk food and enjoying games is not such a bad thing. And he would be like, what? I'm John Kellogg. I don't like junk food. I don't like games. I like nothing because I need to be very, very healthy and not indulge in such frivolities. And to that I would say, Mr. John Kellogg, how are you going to go through your whole life without enjoying such nice things? In this modern era, we have very, very delicious treats. Would you like to try perhaps a Dorito or a Capri Sun Roaring Waters? And then he would be like, no, give me some porridge. And then I would be like, no, Mr. Kellogg, you have to eat this Dorito and this Roaring Waters Capri Sun. And so then he didn't want to starve to death. And so then he would eventually eat the Kellogg's and Capri Sun. The Dorito and the Capri Sun, and he would be like, this isn't so bad. And then we'd become very, very good friends. We'd become best friends, and I would show him every single thing that I enjoyed. And then we would team up, and we would play Minecraft together, and we would build railroads. And he'd be like, I see, from living joyfully, you can create joy for others. And I'd be like, yeah, John Kellogg. And so, in the end, we would build a railroad going all around our Minecraft map, and then all of the dear friends we made along the way would be like, oh, I love this railroad, and it would be really, really happy. But then, once he learned how to appreciate life, the scientists from the lab would be like, hey, you're not supposed to be alive anymore. How did you get raised from the dead? And then they would zap him to death again, and he'd be like, no! But then it would be okay, because at least he got to spend a little bit of time living in a joyful way. And that's the end. Hey, stop tee-heeing. If you are tee-heeing to pre-redemption saga Kellogg. But do not worry. If ever I do get to necromancy John Kellogg, then I will show him. I will show him such things, and he will be very grateful for it. He will be like, oh, this is so cool. And so when that day comes, maybe he'll want to be a VTuber too. Maybe, what if he was a cornflake VTuber? Hey, that would be dumb. He shouldn't be a cornflake. That's a dumb idea. I don't even eat breakfast cereal that much. I don't eat breakfast. I don't wake up early enough for breakfast. And even then, I wouldn't say that breakfast food is really my favorite. I prefer supper. Yeah, that was a roller coaster of a story. Yeah, but aren't you glad that it had a bittersweet ending? Because John Kellogg learned the joy of being frivolous. And now, this guy is kinda kinda, as the kids say, scuffed, but that's okay. This is coming together rather nicely. I dare say that I'm 30% proud of this. Heh heh. Ah, error code. Hey, do you think this looks groovy? I'm thinking it's looking groovy. Perhaps next I will start on the hair, because then I don't have to figure out how the jaw will work, because I can just cover it with fluffy hair, and they'll be none the wiser. Did I mess up the eye? Scuffed is so popular these days. Scuffed is what all of the whippersnappers are doing. Oh, cornflake VTuber. In theory, could someone be a kawaii cornflake girl? I don't really know about this. I would think so, but I don't know how you would implement cornflakes into a design. I think that maybe she would have really, really, really curly hair, and so that would kind of represent like the crinkles of cornflakes, you know what I mean? And so it would be into like maybe several buns, maybe 2, maybe even more. And I think Cornflake-chan would be really, really short, because cornflakes are not very big. She would perhaps be maybe like 135 centimeters tall. Cornflake-chan would be an Emoto, if I had to guess. And yeah, that's what a cornflake VTuber would be like. I think she would have a fluffy sweater, because again, that would kind of represent the crinkly pattern of cornflakes. Whoa, now I'm getting to the eyebrows. This is a very highbrow production. This is not scuffed like Cornflake-chan. Now I'm bullying Cornflake-chan. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. I would never bully my fictional cornflake Emoto. That doesn't even make any sense. Ah, my microphone! It's okay. Don't worry. I thought it was falling out of my pocket. You see, I have this little clip on it, and then I clip it to a pocket in my shirt. Though I don't always wear a shirt with a pocket on it. Sometimes Odette has different shirts. This one that I wear typically for streaming does have a pocket though, as you can see. And I thought that my microphone was falling out of my pocket, and that would have been bad business, wouldn't it have? Hey, I think this is kind of looking like the reference drawing, isn't it? I'm making a lot of headway for this very, very slow turtle progress. I think I'm rather happy. And I wouldn't even say that I'm the biggest turtle fan in the world. I dare say that I'm a turtle neutral. You might think, oh, turtles are creatures of peace. Why don't you love turtles? They're so cute. I don't know. Earlier I said I would be okay with being a turtle, but that doesn't mean that I'm an enthusiast. How much juice do I have left? Only a third of a pouch. R.I.P. I'm going to die of juice dehydration. I have water next to me as well, but juice is just so preferable. I wonder, do you think that the character Hank Hill is kind of a tsundere? I think he kind of is. Because he's kind of angry. But no, that's not right. He loves Peggy very consistently. Never mind. Delete that. I don't focus on that. That didn't even make any sense. Oh, hold on 1 second. On my desk, I found these disposable toothbrushes. You know those ones. They have the little built-in toothpaste, and you're supposed to like keep them if you go on journeys. I don't even know why I have these. I don't even know why I have them on my desk. I don't need to go on journeys that often. Maybe sometimes I might visit a different laboratory so that they can do a little bit of research, but ultimately, I don't need to use portable toothbrushes. I haven't watched enough King of the Hill to know that, unfortunately. Sorry. That's okay. I reckon that it's not that popular in Australia. Whoa! Oh no, I made the eyebrow way too arched. That's like an evil eyebrow. Ah, beans. Ugh. That's okay. I can like fill it in, and then it'll just be kind of like a thick eyebrow, like Moogie from K-On! But it will not become plums or pickles, and they will not be eaten because that would be disgusting. That would be absolutely revolting, heretical, hypothetical. Ah, beans, did I place the pixel in the wrong spot? No, I haven't even placed it yet. Oh, I did place it. Huh. Do these eyebrows look kind of evil? A little bit. That's okay, though. I have not watched enough King... Oh, wait, I already read that. Roger. Whenever I was a whippersnapper, and that being a very young mouse, I had some experience with going to a school for people, and at one point someone asked me if I wanted to play King of the Hill, and so I said yes, but I was a dingus, so I thought that they wanted to, play King of the Hill as in pretend to be a character, and I believe that I offered to fill the role of Boomhauer, and then I just got shoved, because King of the Hill actually has a very different meaning. It's a game in which you stand on a little hill, and then people will shove you, you know. And then the one who remains on the hill, the one who did not get shoved, or I guess is the strongest to not be shoved away, is the winner. In the olden days, I might have been a simpleton, though of course my youth did not last for very long, because I am a 1-year-old mouse. But now that I am a humanoid, I do not think I will have the lifespan of a normal mouse. I think I will live for many, many years. I think I might even be an immortal mouse. It's okay, ATC, those are the rules of the game. Aw, man, this eyebrow is still going to be too high. It's still going to be a highbrow production. This Odette mouse is going to look really mean. That's okay. The good thing about Odette and my cool face is that if you're on PixelCanvas, that you don't have to fill in that much because there's so much white, and so I can be relatively lazy. Not that I'm a lazy mouse. Sometimes I would run on a wheel. Sometimes I would file taxes. But in this moment, I am allowed to be lazy. Immortal mouse. Immortal mouse will live forever. Immortal mouse will chew holes into your immortal house, because it doesn't matter how long it takes, because now I will be immortal. Even if it was brick. Because mice, they have auto-regenerating teeth. It might take a while, it might take quite a while, but these mouse teeth will never stop growing. Will never stop growing. And so, it's all gonna work out. I could gnaw through any beanstalk, any giants. That doesn't make sense. You don't gnaw through giants. You just steal gold from them. And magical beans. Wait, did Jack steal magical beans from the giant? Or did he climb up it and steal gold? I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever actually heard about the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. I've just seen the Puss in Boots adaptation where there's that ugly Eggman and there's the cat that's been declawed, and it's her tragic backstory, and she's like, I can't really steal stuff because I can't claw a hole in the glass. And that egg was so ugly. Hold on. Egg, Puss, and Boots. Hold on. I want you to understand. He's so freaking ugly. He's an ugly bastard egg. Let's not look at him anymore. He's so ugly. I guess his intention was to be ugly, because character designers of DreamWorks, surely they understand what they're going for, and what they went for was that really, really ugly egg rather successfully. Wait a second. Odette is immortal. Akashi is immortal. And so, yeah, ATC, get with the program. You might be a skeleton with billiards balls for eyes, but will you live forever if someone eats your bones? If you go to a dog park and they gnaw on them like a crazy chipmunk dog, then will you still be okay, mister? Okay, it's time for a juice sip, everyone. BRB. Now I've come to realize something. I kind of wonder if rotating the microphone away while I drink the juice, if that might be actually more disruptive than the drinking of juice itself. Oh, hey, this thick eyebrow doesn't look so bad. It looks like a happy thick eyebrow. Does it look like the reference? No, I didn't draw any eyebrows in the reference. I'm a simpleton. That's okay. Simple is as simple does. Oh, hi! Oh, hi, giant rat. What do you need? Oh, I love you. Oh well, okay. We are not going to be disrupted by giant rats today. I don't think so, at least. Sometimes giant rats will come wander in whenever they are, H-U-N-G-R-Y. I cannot tell you that word because giant rats are very clever and so they know what that word means. And so then they'll start going bananas. You know, this PixelCanvas advertisement is pretty nice. I think this is going to bring in 100,000 viewers, and so soon we'll be doing the 100,000 karaoke special, and we will sing Dancing Queen. Just kidding, I don't speak Swedish. I don't even know one word in Swedish. Felix Kjellberg. That's the only Swedish word I know. Let's see. Oh, what's some other Swedish stuff? Lindenberries. I don't even think I admire berries all that much. I think I'm more of a grape admirer. Are kiwis considered a berry? I like kiwis. I like bananas, and bananas are a berry, but unfortunately I'm allergic to bananas. Yeah, this is looking groovy. Oh no, don't zoom out too much. Wait, there's nothing bad in the area. Oh, this is risky business. I should zoom back in. Ah, there's like a beautiful rainbow trail. Huh, from far away it looks kind of funny, but that's okay. Let's see. Construction begins on this lovely eyebrow. Oh no, I need to turn off my wax pot. It's melting, it's melting. Well, wait, no, there's no urgency. At first I thought it would be bad, and that the wax would burn, but it's not gonna burn. Kiwis are good. Kiwis are good. But I don't know how I feel about the bird. I don't necessarily want them to go extinct or anything, but they're kind of funny looking because I'm not necessarily sure that they possess wings. Also, I think Kiwis means New Zealanders, and those people, they certainly don't possess wings unless they are of angelic quality. Maybe, just maybe, if we knew an angel from New Zealand, then, and only then, would they be able to fly. But I am not a bird brain, I'm a mouse brain. As you can see, I am not from New Zealand, I'm from the USA. I have never even been to New Zealand. In fact, I've never even left the USA. But one day, perhaps I will. However, I have a worry of taking a bus and winding up in a random location and not being able to understand the native language well enough, especially if I went to New Zealand. You know how funny New Zealanders talk. I wouldn't know anything there. I'd get totally bamboozled, and they'd be like, "Oh, do you want a durian?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't want a durian." And it would just be a terrible experience. Though maybe if I went to Japan, I would do okay. Maybe I would say cool things like Konbanwa, Ohayo gorajimashita, Watashi wa odet. Yeah. And so, I don't think I would wind up in a bus. I would never ride a bus. Well, I've ridden a bus before, and I accidentally got distracted on my stop, and then I had to ride it in a full rotation. And then one time, I rode a bus for very, very far away, and I was like several hours away. What sounds fun? Wait, what? Being an angelic New Zealander? Whoa, 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 whoa. This is actually looking pretty groovy so far. This is a pretty good mouse. This is the best mouse in the house. I'm actually, don't call me arrogant, but I'm proud of my results so far. I don't think it looks too bad at all. I think this is pretty cute. You might think, Odette, that's so arrogant. I hope that someone raids your canvas and draws rude messages all over it. But I would say, hey, it's okay to feel proud of your work. Being confident does not mean being arrogant, and I am confident in this painting. I'm not necessarily very confident around fire, though. I've accidentally set an oven mitt on fire, but don't even worry about it. Well, is that the only fire I've accidentally set? I believe so. But I think that it would be the fault of the oven mitt, because oven mitts are supposed to be fireproof, and so therefore they should not be able to be set on fire. To be set on fire. Do you like durians? I hear that they smell terrible. I don't really know, though. I've never been able to sniff a durian. I've only had a pastry with a durian that was, like, processed in it. And I will say it was not that good. It wasn't, like, disgusting or anything, but I didn't necessarily care for it all that much. I've also had a century egg, which is, like, a fermented egg. And it was, like, dark green. And I will have to admit, I did not really enjoy the century egg. I could have gone without it, and I don't think I'll be trying another one. But that is not to insult the century egg. As Grandma says, you shouldn't say that you hate something. I just did not like it. Do you like these groovy tunes? I do. Oh! Okay, I thought of a popular movie that I dislike. Your feelings may be hurt, ATC, but I actually do not like any of the Marvel movies at all. I don't like superhero movies in general. I totally hated the Deadpool movie. I totally hated Guardians of the Galaxy. I totally hated the Avengers. I totally hated everyone that I had to sit through. I'm sorry. I don't know why they don't appeal to me. And I don't go in with a negative mindset. Every time I happen to watch one, I'm just like, maybe I'll enjoy this one. I'm not trying to be negative here, but I never have. I absolutely detest them. So I am sorry. I am sorry to be a hater. Oh no! Oh no! Look at that cooldown it gave me. It gave me 10-minute cooldown. That's messed up. I've never really seen any myself since Spider 1 and 2. I guess I didn't even consider that in the options. But going back to the Spider-Man movies with, like, Tobey Maguire, I think I was okay with those. I didn't love them, but I didn't necessarily hate them. But I did really, really enjoy the video games based off of them. I thought that the web-slinging mechanics were really fun. Oh, and also Into the Spider-Verse, actually. I take that back. I enjoyed Into the Spider-Verse. But the ones that have real actors in them, I coincidentally have not liked any of them so far. Oh, did you look up a century egg, Erica? Or have you already known of one? I wouldn't say it was like as gross as you would imagine, but it was not good by any means. I am sorry. I am so sorry. If anyone is a century egg admirer, I even let one of my giant rats sniff the century egg to see if they might be interested in it. But the giant rats were not into it either. They kind of were like, bleh. I'm sorry, century egg admirers. I am sorry, that sounds quite rude. I do not know if it is in the options. I don't know either, but yeah, Into the Spider-Verse I liked as far as, I guess you could say, the modern superhero movies go. I am sorry. I guess I liked the Joker movie a little bit. I wasn't like a fanatic or anything, but I found it to be enjoyable enough to watch. I liked whenever he did his funny dance going down the stairs, but overall I felt like the universe was, I don't know, a bit too cynical, and it was too hard to believe so many aspects of his life going wrong. But then maybe that just shows that I'm lucky if I haven't had so many things compounding and going wrong. And again, I didn't necessarily dislike the movie, I actually rather enjoyed it. It just, I don't know, it wasn't the best. The cooldown is brutal. I know. Sometimes for the white ones, it gives you a really, really long cooldown. I'm scared because I want to get rid of the black dot on her head, but I don't want to deal with this cooldown. You! You don't have to like them, really. It's your opinion, so no one can say you're wrong. I personally enjoy the Marvel movies. Okay, ATC, I'm glad we get to remain cool. I'm glad we are still homies, because I also wanted to admit to disliking them, but I didn't also want to start ragging on them or anything. But I just coincidentally, aside from Into the Spider-Verse, haven't really seen one that really appeals to me, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm just a crazy mouse. But alternatively, I'm not necessarily sure how many people really love Planet of the Apes and Conan the Barbarian, so maybe I'm the fool. Do you think that if you ever get the opportunity to try those funky eggs, will you? I think that whenever I purchased them, they were only about $3 for 6 of them, so it wasn't terribly expensive to try. It was at an Asian grocery store, of course, and I only wound up eating a small bite of one, but still, I got to try it. Also, if you ever go to an Asian grocery store, a product that I might recommend to everyone that might not necessarily be in your mind to try is mock duck. It is not real duck. It is actually a seitan product. Seitan being the gluten protein from flour, in its purest form. And so traditionally you would make it by making a dough, and then you knead it under running water until all that you're left is with the protein and the glutinous strands. But you can also make it much more simply by purchasing a product called Vital Wheat Gluten that's just pure gluten flour. Sometimes people keep it around for bread making to add more structure to their flour. But anyway, yeah, there's something about mock duck type seitan. It has this really, really delicious greasy taste to it that's just hard to add to homemade seitan. I don't know how they process it, but it is truly, truly good stuff. Now, if you disliked something like Eno Hana, then I'd have some things to say, without being negative, hopefully. Oh no! I haven't seen Eno Hana, but if I consume that media and I dislike it, you're gonna cyberbully me? Aw, jeez. I don't know if I can handle being cyberbullied. I'm a coward, ATC. I'm an absolute coward. I'm a craven. I'm not a raven, though. Eno Hana is great, but Minma suddenly picking up a pen was a little goofy. Ah, beans, I don't even know what the heck anyone is talking about. Hold on, let me Google it. I'm gonna Google Eno Hana during this big boy cooldown that I was cursed with. Perhaps Pixeler just dislikes me. I mean PixelCanvas. Eno Hana. Let's see. Looky here. Huh. Oh, okay, I've seen this. I haven't seen it, but I've seen it. I thought it was the one I had in mind, in which one of the girls has passed away. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I think it's even on Netflix, so maybe before my next stream. Maybe not before my next stream, because I'll probably stream tomorrow to show off my cool, groovy new computer. What will I do for my new Pioneer stream with the groovy computer? I don't know. Maybe Noida, maybe Minecraft. Maybe something entirely bamboozling. Let's see. Yeah, don't cyberbully me or else I'll turn into an evil mouse. I got a great quote from Eno Hana. Okay, tell me, ATC. Tell me during this giant glutinous cooldown. Tell me or else I will go to your house and I will fill it with grouse. Boop, 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 boop. You know what? In the meantime, let me tell you something. I like the ABBA puppets. Some people don't really like the ABBA puppets. They say, oh, I hate the ABBA puppets. They're so ugly and creepy. But you know what? I think the ABBA puppets are cute. Let's see. ABBA puppets. Yeah, that's what I mean. I watch this video very, very often because I like it a lot, and you might be surprised to know that I am quite the ABBA fan. Not a super fan, I just like ABBA and I like the puppet music video, so I was being hyperbolic, but I think the ABBA puppets, not puckets. They're cute. They're kind of goofy looking. And I guess maybe I could see how they're a bit creepy, but they're not hideous. How long is this cooldown? Let's see. Maybe I can do a little bit of exploring while I'm waiting. I think the area right below me is not bad stuff. Ah! Don't look at that bad word. Oh no. Okay, there's Sasuke, I guess. Yeah, okay, this was risky business. We already saw a very bad word, and then I covered it with my hands, but then I realized that's a stupid idea, Odette. Covering your screen with your hands only shields it from your own eyes, and you already saw that vulgar language. What are you doing in this neighborhood? I reckon that you're here causing chaos. But that's okay. Now I know better than to not go exploring, because there's some bad stuff. There's some scary stuff out there in the world around us. But don't be too frightened, because we're here together. And because you are my friends, I will cover your eyes if it gets too fearsome. We are becoming adults. The flowers are blooming on the roadside change, as the seasons change bit by bit. I wonder what the name of the flower that bloomed during that season was. Oh. Let's see. You know, speaking of anime on a broad sense, this is gonna sound kinda dumb, but I actually kind of wonder about the sincere plot of ghost stories. Of course, I've only seen the silly comical dub, but I thought the plot was sufficiently interesting, and I was surprised that to make it interesting at all, they felt as though they had to go goofy mode. And of course, I am happy that they did, because I find it to be quite funny. But of its own merits, I still found ghost stories to be rather interesting. Oh, hi, Giant Rat. What do you want? What do you want in here? Get out of town. Oh, it sways meekly, and if you touch it, it gives you a jolt of pain. However, if you put your nose close, you can smell a blue, sunny fragrance, the fragrance that slowly diminishes. We are becoming adults, however, the flower is definitely blooming somewhere. That's right, we'll always continue to grant the wish made by that flower. I see. Is the flower their friend that passed away? Oh my. We're almost about to terminate this hideous pixel, though I don't know if I should, because I don't want to get hit with another 10-minute cooldown, because that would be rather brutal. That pixel is taking away my sanity. I'm going to gamble it, though. I'm going to delete the black pixel, because it's a blemish on the face of greatness. Oh no! Why did I get hit with this cooldown? Why am I so stupid? I'm such a simpleton. Is the music from Lucky Star? I don't know. I don't believe so. I googled royalty-free background music, and it seems to be from a Japanese creator, but I don't think it's literally from Lucky Star. But it does have a picture of a loaf of bread. I'll show you. This is what I'm currently using. I was intending to add it to the video description, to link back to it after I had finished this product. It should be? Wait, what? Is it? Is it really? Am I totally bamboozled? Is it actually Lucky Star Tunes? Okay, I'm getting a little bit bamboozled by this prospect. I'll take your word for it, though. Aw, beans, all beans, all beans. If it is Lucky Star music. Am I gonna get copy striked again? I've been actually copy striked before. I was copy striked by Erasure because I was playing the game Robot Unicorn Attack and I couldn't record the audio from my phone onto my computer. And so then what did I do? I just put the song over the video, just without the cool explosions. And yeah, it didn't work out so well because I got a copy strike from Erasure. But that's okay. It just meant that I could not monetize the video, which I didn't think that I would ever have the opportunity to do anyhow, so it wasn't a big deal. Maybe they did use royalty-free music. I wonder how old the video is. Also, okay, ATC. Thank you very much for the time you spent tuning in. Yeah, man. Would Lucky Star really use... Oh man, if only I could read the comments in Japanese. So then they would be like, hey, I'm in Japanese. This is Lucky Star's music. Ah, beans, ah, beans, ah, beans. Hopefully, since I'm a small fry, if this background music channel did just use Lucky Star music, that I'm not going to get sued. I'm not ready to get sued. I'm not in this point in my career. I don't understand legal law. Some people understand the laws of the land, but not me. That's not to say that I am a chaotic sort, but rather, ah, beans, ah, beans, ah, beans. I guess at this point, there's no turning back. I've already violated these laws. I've already ruined the laws of the land, so there's nothing I can do now but suffer through it. But if I get sued, then I guess that's okay. Maybe I can counter-sue. Maybe. Oh, giant rat, what are you doing? What are you saying? BRB, I'm going to take a big sip. Not of juice, of water. I wish I could remember some of the coordinates in the meantime during this monstrous cooldown of some of the more... Oh, is that a slime? Cool. There's that fella. This looks like actually a rather cleanly area, doesn't it? Oh! Is this the language of Turkey? Delenciar koksigak yanza kul ulsadortyan yusi dulje dogra yan yurururuzu yan yan yusi yulderman tipidin karsargaran yulmalan amalaru eaglenin tunk yurekli turkirekeriz. Whoa! Wow! Actually, I guess if Turkey is having a lot of effort on PixelCanvas, it's actually rather... Hey! It's Ethereum, isn't it? Why would someone make Ethereum on here? I have no clue. But these Turkish artists are rather talented, aren't they? I wonder how long that took to do. That's quite beautiful. And it's like a black velvet painting. Very impressive work here, Turkey. Very impressive work. Ah, what's that? Is that the president of Turkey? Very nice. What's this? Whoa, look at that! That's bananas. Whoa. I totally got distracted. Hopefully I can find my way back home. But look at that. That looks totally bananas. I can't believe someone would put all that effort into coordinating where each pixel should go. It makes me feel relatively like a simpleton, like a small fry. But I'm okay with being a simpleton small fry. This is really rather admirable. Whoa! Look at all these little aliens. It's like Martian matter. I loved Martian matter. And due to the simplicity of the pixels, they're still conveying so much. This is rather beautiful. What a journey. And then they have a little church, is it? Oh, and then they have different types of little aliens. Very cute, very cute. Let's see. It looks like this is a rather wholesome area. I don't think there's bad stuff. There's that guy. There's a girl. Very nice. I'm tired of these bananas cooldowns. It's getting too bananas. Whoa, look at that. That's a little bit too intense for my taste. I prefer more kawaii type stuff. That's okay though. Now I'm lost. Now it's time to find my way back home. Oh no. Oh no. Whoa! Hey, look at that. Hamburger. Little fellow over here. Those Mr. Skeletons, Papyrus and Sands. Is that the flag of Norway and a duck? Okay. Isabel from Animal Crossing, I reckon. I don't play Animal Crossing because I'm a little bit frightened by some of the bugs. I don't blame Animal Crossing for having such hyper-realistic, fearsome bugs, but at the same time, I don't really play it. anymore due to that reason. Mainly it was the implementation of the giant water bugs. I just found them to be too hideous and too scary. Let's see. Oh, no! Oh, geez. No one will see this, hopefully. Okay, I'll cut it out of the finished product, I think. I think you can clip parts out of streams. No one look at this. No one saw anything. I made risky business, and I might have messed myself up. And now I can't find my way back home. Oh, it's those Deltarune kids, isn't it? Okay, I think if I follow the rainbow, I should be able to find my... Okay, yeah, I remember these little stick figures fighting, and there we are! Back to the home base. Aw, beans, aw, beans. I can't believe I made this stupid mistake of doing what I did, of showing what I showed. Oh, well, it is okay. No one will remember. No one knows who I am. I don't even know who I am. I'm a spider in the night. I'm a spider monkey. I'm a spider mouse. I wonder, how would that look? A spider mouse. Get out of the way, you. We don't need you here anymore. I'm deleting you. I want to be a spider mouse. You can in the YouTube editor. Thank you for this advice, Akashi. I will have to crop out some stuff. Or maybe I can put an annotation over it to act as a censor. Oh, that's clever thinking, Odette. This is why you're the #1 in the circus. I'm not in the circus. I'm in the laboratory. I'm a mouse. I'm a mouse. That's beautiful. Yay. Yeah. Spider mouse. That was stupid. I missed my old drawing. Let's get her back. No. Oh, whatever. The countdown is almost over. And then maybe I'll be able to start implementing some cute hair. I didn't realize, but the ears might take quite a while just because they're so big and round. I suppose I should start the base of the ear about here. Personally, I'm not really a fan of the double-eared look. You know, when a humanoid animal creature such as myself has 2 ears. I find that sort of thing to be a little bit disturbing. And now we have the countdown before blast-off. Now. We're in the last moments, perhaps of our life. No way, Jose. I am an immortal mouse. Just kidding. But if this was the last seconds of my life, then I would be certainly happy to spend it as a PNG. Hee. Have you ever seen any of those patterns that are like sequins, but then whenever you flip the sequins, it makes it like a different pattern or a different color? I have a hat with one of those patterns, and right now I'm touching the sequins. Here, let me see if you can hear. It'll be some ASMR. Aw, man. Can you hear the ASMR? I don't know. Oh, beans! It's 10-second countdown now. I keep the beanie on my Xbox. I don't know why I do. I just do. But that doesn't matter right now. Okay, I can start placing pixels again. I don't know if I should do I think I'm going to do the dark gray to outline my hair. Okay, good. It's back to not being ridiculously time-consuming. At first I was worried that it was going to give me the ridiculous countdown again. I was starting to get so frustrated by this. I was starting to want to protest at PixelCanvas Studios. I was going to go burn down their whole production. Just kidding. I am not a mouse of violence. I am just a mouse of focus. I am a mouse of determination and never procrastination. But I do like chocolate croissants. But today I ate one and it wasn't very good. It felt like the chocolate inside of it tasted kind of weird. It was like oily and bland. I wonder if it was maybe like compound chocolate. But also it didn't like have a crispness to it or at all. Like normally, even in a chocolate croissant, whenever it comes to room temperature, there should be a bit of the bite to the chocolate. You know, like kind of like a snap, so to speak. But this one, it was really, really like mushy. Mouse of violence. Sometimes the mouse has to be violent. Have you ever heard of a rat king? Well, how about a mouse mafia? In the mouse mafia, you also, we don't have tattoos because mice don't really like needles. Because we have to deal with them so much in the laboratory, we just use hand stamps. But You should know that it's a rather intimidating hand stamp. We also do not use tattoos. Wait, I just said that. Sorry. Gomenasai, as they say in the land. And by the land, I mean, I'm not gonna tell ya. You know where. I know where. But I sure did hate that croissant. Well, I didn't hate it. I still enjoyed it, but it was only like, enjoyment. Hey, this is looking pretty groovy. Why did I delete my reference image? That was stupid. That was impulsive. Oh, Dad, you have bad impulse control. Just kidding, you have good impulse control. You're a good mouse. You passed the marshmallow test. Have you ever heard of the marshmallow test? That's whenever they tell whippersnappers, to not eat the marshmallow. But then if they eat the marshmallow, they lose the test. But if they pass the test, they don't eat the marshmallow, and I think they get something better, like a cookie. But I would argue that maybe a marshmallow is better than a cookie. Maybe in the form of like a s'more or something. But this matters not now. What matters is my plan. That being, to at least finish some of the outline of the hair before I give up. Because maybe, now it's starting to creep into the wee hours of the night. It's almost 5 a.m. and I wonder if I should persist at this hour. I don't know why I chose to stream so late today. I guess maybe around my normal time of 10 p.m. I was like, nah, I'm so busy. I'm so busy eating this mediocre croissant. I'm not gonna stream. I'm gonna do it at 5 a.m. But maybe if I stay up late enough, I'll get to see the sunrise. I never wake up early enough to see the sunrise, but I often stay up late enough to, and the sunrise is certainly a beautiful thing to see, so in the end it worked out very well. Hey, this little hair loop is looking pretty cute. Yeah, it's like a very, very cute strand. I'm quite impressed with my handiwork. I did initially think, I'm not going to do that good of a job, but it'll be fun. But you know what? I think I've met both goals. I think it looks pretty good. I think that this is a winner. Winner, winner, croissant dinner. This is beautiful. This belongs in a museum. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, I was talking to a giant rat. What is he doing, you might ask? He was doing rat things, scratching furniture. Have you ever been bit by a rat? I haven't. I've never been bit by a rat. And I never will. Because I don't know why. I'm just saying stuff now. The eyes kind of look like pepperonis. I don't know if I should have went with that crisscross pattern. It was just to create, I guess, more visual interest, but now they kind of look like pepperonis. Do you love the pepperoni? Or do you prefer the ear and away the pepperonis? It doesn't matter. That's your own personal business. Okie dokie. I think that once I get the point connected up here, I might call it quits. Because perhaps staying up until 5 a.m. is a bad habit. Or maybe I will see the sunrise. I don't know. But in any case, I might get it going. Because tomorrow, I have an important task. And that is going to go check the mail and get my new and improved computer that can handle so much more than it currently can. And everyone will be so impressed. They'll be like, whoa, this quality is high definition. It's like seeing a mouse in real life. It's like a mouse in my kitchen that's about to bite my hand. I think I placed this pixel a little bit too close there. But that's okay, it's still gonna work out. There is freedom in pixelation, isn't there? It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look like the best mouse in the house. One more pixel, come on. 6, 4, san, ni, ichi. Yeah, I know my hiragana counting. And with that pixel, that will conclude my nightly pixel activities. Thank you very much, Akashi. And now, I will call an end to the streaming activities for today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time zone you might be in, be it Russia, Australia, Europeans, or the USA. Good night, everyone, and bye-bye. Do, 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 do.